Have you ever asked the question, how do I turn coaching into a business? That's one of the questions that I get most often as a coach who serves and supports coaches as they start, grow, and monetize their coaching business without compromising their kingdom assignment. So today during Call to Coach, Now What? I want to share with you why you shouldn't coach for free, even if you are just getting started. If you have never checked out, if this is your first time joining a Call to Coach Now What live training, welcome to the space, welcome to the room. Please use the comment section, engage with me, share your areas of expertise as a coach. Let's create community together. I am your vision coach and leadership development trainer, Latoya Early, developing coaches and leaders in their purpose so that they can increase performance, generate profit, and truly impact the lives of people. Welcome to Call to Coach Now What? Today, I want to talk about your coaching and how getting started doesn't mean that it has to be free. One thing that I've learned while being in coaching for the past 13 years is you have to value your value. Learning how to value your value takes time, it takes development, it takes clarity, and I'll be perfectly honest, it takes evidence. Knowing that you have the solution to someone else's problem, knowing that you have the strategy that is going to help someone go from where they are to truly where they desire to be, believing in that strategy, believing in that value, it takes time. But the one thing that I encourage you to do, if you are just now getting started in the coaching space, whether or not you've been coaching for a while or you feel like, hey, I'm trying to figure out how do I monetize my coaching? The question that I get most often is how do I turn coaching into a business? And we're going to talk about that today. And we're going to talk about that today during our training. So the very first thing that I want to encourage you to do is number one, value your value. Understand that when you coach for free, while you may think that you're not experienced enough to exchange strategy for investment, I want to tell you that you are absolutely incorrect. The experience that you have, the strategy that you've implemented in your personal life is what qualifies you to serve and support someone else in their situation. I know that, when we believe in coaching, it's kind of like when a person opens up a store, right? A person opens up a store and they're selling merchandise. Do you think that because that store is new that that merchandise should be free? When you first walked into the brand new Macy's or the brand new Dunham's or the brand new, whatever store you shop at, when you walked into that store for the very first time, have you ever walked into that store and said, you know what, everything in this store should be free because this store is brand new? Absolutely not. So why is it that we use our gifts and skills and coaching the same way? Here's something that I shared with someone on yesterday. She was having a hard time navigating through her new professional role, right? She's like, Latoya, I feel like I'm not operating in purpose. She said, I'm getting paid X amount of dollars and I'm only contributing 10 hours a week to this role. And I feel like I'm not operating in the lane that I'm supposed to, I'm not operating in purpose. And so I asked her a series of questions and I said, you know what? I want you to answer these questions. So I asked the series of questions and on her professional side. And then I asked her a series of questions on her coaching side. And we began to compare and contrast. And one thing that we recognize together is that she's doing the same thing on both sides. And so I asked her again, I said, so now why do you feel that you're not operating in purpose? And here's what we discovered. We've been so conditioned to exchange time for money that we don't recognize that it is really designed for us to exchange skill for money. And here is why, as a coach, it is very important for you to not coach for free, because you're not exchanging time. You're not exchanging you're not trying to, coach someone through a series of hours. What you're doing is you're exchanging a skill, and you have the skill to help someone go from where they are to where they desire to be because of your experience and because the strategy worked for you. When you offer your coaching for free, number one, it depreciates the value. So when you begin coaching and you're saying, okay, Latoya, then what do I do when I first start coaching? How do I do this? My number one encouragement is to charge for it. Now, when I talk about the price point of your services, now that goes into a whole different training. But when we talk about the price point of your services, understand that there are several item lines that you need to recognize when you are pricing your coaching. Don't start out the gate as a beginner, because you're not a beginner in the experiences that you've gone through to get to where you are. Remember, we talked about over in James 1, 2, and 3, to count it all joy, right? That everything that we've experienced is not for us. I'm sorry, it's happening to us, but it's not for us. It's for the people that we are assigned to serve and support in our coaching. When you offer your coaching for free, what you're saying is I don't value or believe in the solution at the level, or I don't value or believe in the solution in a high enough that I should be paid for this. I understand that you're saying, well, Latoya, I need the experience. Well, imagine how many times you've already coached for free. When I sit and I talk with coaches and we talk about them being called to coach, and why do you believe you've been called to coach, and why do you believe that it's time for you to start monetizing it? One thing that we identify together is that they've been doing it for so long. You've already been coaching. If you want to start the coaching business, how do I separate myself? How do I get started? You change your mindset, you change how you're looking at the value that you offer, and you decide that I am going to exchange value for value. Value your gift. Value the gift. Value the solution that God has given you to provide to someone else's problem. Value your strategy. Understand that we aren't selling time. We aren't selling ministry. We are selling an outcome. We are selling a strategy to the outcome. If you want freedom in your relationships, if you want a better position in the workplace, if you want a raise in the workplace, if you want to start the business, if you want a better relationship, if you want peace in your life, if you want happiness in your life, when you hire a coach, what you're hiring them for, you're hiring them for the strategy to get to the outcome, right? And so because you're hiring me for the strategy to get to the outcome, that I am doing you a disservice if I offer the strategy to the outcome for free. Why? Because the strategy isn't free. The process isn't free. And if I allow you to believe that this process is not going to require work, then what I'm doing is I'm providing a disservice to you. Number two, people don't value free big enough to apply it. Now let's think about it. I do these trainings. I do Call to Coach Now What for my coaches. I do Maximize Your Monday for my leaders. And I do these trainings because this is my give back to the community. This is how I share my message. This is how I establish my expertise. This is how I share my knowledge. But in order to apply the things that I teach and I talk about in these trainings, there is an investment that's required. Not just a financial investment, but a time investment. Right? A mindset investment. And understand that the financial investment only measures the level of accountability and responsibility that you're willing to invest into the outcome. See, we have to change how we look at money. Most times people struggle with charging for their coaching because they struggle with money, the money mindset of coaching. It's such an innate behavior to us that we believe that anybody can do it. We believe that anyone has the solution. Sometimes we look at our strategy and we'll think that it's common sense. But the Bible tells us that, number one, common sense is not common. And number two, he's given each and every one of us a gift that we are supposed to share amongst one another. So if I have the gift, then that means, and if I'm supposed to share it with you, then there's a possibility that you don't have the gift that I have, which means you don't have the answer that I have. And so understand that when you are establishing yourself as an expert, you're establishing yourself as a sought out leader. You're establishing yourself as an influence. You have to value the information. You have to value the strategy, and you have to value your positioning in the industry so that you can not only increase your confidence, but so that you can prove concept. Understand that when you're exchanging things for free. Now, here's what I want to share with you. Many of us will say, well, Latoya, I'm going to do this for free to get exposure, right? But I want you to think about the level of the type of people that you attract when you are offering things for free. Now, when you are sharing your content, such as I'm doing, this is education. This is depositing into your life. Hopefully it's depositing into your future. But me producing this is not free. It's free for you to gain the information, but me delivering this to you is not free. And so when we begin to change the way we look at our content and we change the way we look at how we value our content, then it changes how we show up in business. One thing that I've been encouraging my clients to do is to set a standard. Many of us go into business, we go into our professions, and because we are always looking for someone to help us, we're always looking for someone to give us an opportunity. We're always looking for, we want to walk into a situation in humility. We don't set a standard. But understand that you setting a standard doesn't mean that you are allowing people to that you're going to walk into a space with arrogance. It means that I value my value. And when there isn't a standard set, what you're doing is you're allowing people to place their own value on your value. And then what this does is this really attacks your confidence. When you allow other people to put a value on your value, it attacks your confidence. It attacks your vision, your desire, your motivation. So when people come and they ask, how do I turn coaching into a business? My very first step is to charge for it. How do you draw the line between coffee and conversations? How do you draw the line between, someone picking your brain all the time? Understand that the things that you have taken the time to educate yourself, you have taken the time to apply trial and error. You have gone through different scenarios and different experiences, implementing the things that you're learning so that you can then take that same information and package it and provide it to a potential client. What disservice are you doing to yourself when you give it away for free? What does it do to your confidence? What does it do to your belief and the ability to monetize this if you are always exchanging it for free, or you believe that you have to exchange it for free before you can put a price on it? Here's one of my money formulas that I share with my clients. When my clients come to me into our entire program and we start to design their price points for their offers, we start at a 4-figure price point. And I know that is absolutely scary for a lot of people. And the reason why it's scary is because you're still struggling with the money mindset. Let me tell you, I did too. When I first started coaching, I use this story. I tell you guys this story all the time. When I first started coaching, I had an 8-week program and I charged $125 for an 8-week program where we met in person. This is before social media was a thing. This is where before going live was a thing, right? So I had to go out, I had to collect prospects, and I had to bring them into the Royal Oak Library every week for 8 weeks for $125. Here's what it is. Number one, I got a lot of people to fall off the process, fall out of the program. Why? Because $125, the value didn't match the value, right? They did not value the $125 enough to commit to the outcome, right? While the outcome was clear, the outcome was big, but because there's too much change that's required, the 125 isn't valuable enough. Now, this goes to show that identifying your client is important, because with identifying your client, there's a certain mindset you want your client to have when they come working with you. You don't want money to even be an issue when the client come work with you. Why? Because they're so focused on the outcome that they're willing to make the high value investment, the 4-figure investment, because they want the outcome. Well, that mindset starts in you as the coach. I attracted people at that level of value because I didn't truly value my value. Why? Because I was still working through the proof of concept. I was still taking the moment. I was still taking time to believe and examine who I was as a coach. This is why Chase Great University is not another certification program. It's not. I get it. Many of us, you see the ads and you'll see people say, you don't need another certification. You don't need another training. All you have to do is this. Understand that if you are really committed to monetizing your life's mission, you are really committed to creating massive transformation and impact in the life of people. You are really committed in learning how to turn your gift, your skill of coaching into a business. Then Chase Great University is the solution, because it's not just another certification. It is a journey that is designed to help you change your mindset on how you see your mission, how you master your message, and how you monetize the skill that God has given you. We've become so complacent in exchanging time for money. The moment that I realized that was one of my barriers, I felt like I needed to apply so much time. I felt like I needed to apply so many bells and whistles and all of the things and all of the concepts and the workbooks and all of the things, that I was putting the value on the things instead of the skill. And the reason why you shouldn't coach for free, even if you're just getting started, it's because the person is not investing in the things. The things are the support resources, right? They're investing in the skill that you have that's going to help them go from where they are to where they desire to be. And the investment is a measurement of the value of the outcome. And when you value your value for free, then the person believes that the outcome isn't big enough. It's a psychology thing. I know. It makes no sense. It's like, what do you mean? I'm giving you all of these things for free. Let's look at it this way. Here's a prime example. This is for my moms and my dads, because my husband talks about this all the time. We can tell our children something, right? But we're the parents. We're giving them this information for free. I could tell my son, my son just started playing football, And I told him, I've been telling him things, you need to eat this type of fruit. You need to do this. You need to do this. Oh, he's not listening to me. But he goes to school, right? And his coach tells him to do the exact things that his mother has told him and that his father has told him. But miraculously, their information is louder than ours. Why? Because he paid for that. He's invested into that. So he listens to the coach from a different perspective. It's the same thing with us. If we continue to give our skill away for free, the person that is receiving it won't value it at a level high enough for them to implement what you're sharing for them to seek success. And so then what happens is now you feel defeated. You feel like, oh, maybe I don't have what it takes, or maybe I can't do this, or maybe I'm not good enough to do this. Now you start to battle the challenges of your mindset and your ability. But guess what? It's not their fault. You didn't establish the value. Value your value through value. Place a value on your value, because it's the outcome that the person is investing in. Your expertise is worth investing in. Your expertise is worth paying for. Your expertise is worth 4 figures. Your expertise is worth these things. But you first have to believe it. Not only believe it, but you have to stand in it. One thing that we talk about here at Chase Great, we focus a lot on mastering your life's mission. So whether or not you're a coach or you're in leadership, we focus on helping you master your mission so that you can master your message and you can monetize anything, right? So whether or not you're a professional in the workplace or you are building your own business, when you learn how to master your life's mission, what happens is it establishes a core value in you. It establishes a level of confidence in you that's unwavering. And so when you establish this, no matter what you go through, no matter what you face, no matter what circumstances you have to deal with, when you're grounded and rooted in that value, then you may experience the turbulence, you may experience the wind, you may experience the waves, but it won't uproot you. And so what you want to focus on as a coach is, what is my value? And let me ground myself in that value. Because when you ground yourself in the value, you believe that the evidence is not just you believe the outcome is not just the evidence for you, but the outcome becomes the evidence for the people that you're impacting. And that evidence should be measured against value. And the value for people is the monetary investment. So you providing your services or you coaching for free. Now, let me say this. I do honorary coaching all the time because it's my gift. It's my give back, right? I'm not coaching for free because I don't believe in my skill or I'm not confident in the delivery. I am very selective on my honorary coaching, right? And I do honorary coaching when God leads me to do that. But for the most part, my coaching comes with an investment. Why? Because I want you to be just as invested in this outcome that I am. I'm invested in your outcome. I've invested 13 years in your outcome. I want to see you be great. I want to see you reach your goals and become the best version of yourself. I want to help you become the exact thing that God created you to become. I'm invested in it, right? But your financial investment shows that you're also invested as well. And this is why you shouldn't coach for free, because you're invested in the outcome because you've experienced it. You want your client to meet you at that same level of investment. So if you are in a space and you're saying, Latoya, how do I turn coaching into a business? The first step is putting a value on the outcome. Charge for it. It's okay to talk about money. It's okay to charge for coaching. It's okay, guys. It's okay. And guess what? Your family and your friends may not be your client, and that's okay. When you're developing business, there are certain standards that you have to set. I remember a time where I had a family member get upset with me because they wanted services from me and I charged them. And they're like, we're family. And I said, and this is my business and this is my skill. And they were very disappointed in me. And it was okay because I set a standard. The outcome that you are going to receive, the investment that you make into your coaching, I'm going to help you 10 times that investment. How do you 10 times free? If you don't make an investment into the solution, how can I help you 10 times free? Make it make sense. Listen, guys, thank you so much for rocking out with me today for Call to Coach. Now what? Do not operate out of fear. Do not operate out of feeling that you are not qualified. Understand that your experiences, understand that because it's an innate behavior to you or it's an innate answer for you, doesn't mean that the next person, that it is that obvious and that clear for them. Know that you have something very special and something very unique to add to the table. You have to believe in that. You have to stand ground in that. If you're at a 5, coach 0 to 4. If you're at a 3, coach 0 to 2. Know that whatever level you're in, that there's someone striving to get to that level. Have a fantastic day. Listen, if you are in a space and you're ready, you're saying, Latoya, I have been coaching for free. I have been trying to piece together how to monetize coaching. How do I turn coaching into a profession? How do I turn coaching into a career? I encourage you to click the link in the caption. Apply for Chase Great University. This is not your average certification. Become the expert in your niche. Become the expert in solving a specific problem. Not only does this establish you as an expert, it establishes you as an influencer. It establishes you as a professional. And it's not just another certification. It is your commitment to a journey, to a process, to an outcome, so that you can provide the solution that you've applied to your personal life, to the lives of other people, and you can see massive impact. If you want to see that level of change, if you're ready to take your gift in coaching seriously and take it to the next level, I encourage you to go ahead, click the link and apply. Let's get you into Chase Great University so that we can help you start, grow, and monetize your coaching business in your niche, in your kingdom assignment without compromising. Have a fantastic day and be blessed. See you guys in the next video.